Hello and welcome to Bartow County Election Night. Today we're going to be covering the general election coverage throughout the city of White City, Georgia, in which we're going to have some projections throughout, consisting of our six award seats, in which one at the end of the night is going to be left vacant. Also, as well as the mayoral seat between the Republican challenger, Mr. William McCovey, and the Democratic challenger, Mr. Luke Eddy, which y'all will see the projected winner at the end of the night. There were a bunch of unopposed races in which we may have a very competitive local government by the end of the night. But besides that, that is all we have to say. If you would like to join, the descriptions, the links to join are going to be in the description below. But besides that, we can go ahead and get going with our first projection of the night. Tonight's first, we're going to have a poll update coming out of the mayoral race, currently showing Mr. McCovey with a slight lead, just around 800 votes over the Democratic challenger, Mr. Luke Eddy, tonight. This was expected, as it would be a closer race, considering it was two separate parties this time and not the same party voting for their nominees. Nothing too surprising here, but we will continue to receive updates as more votes are counted throughout the night. But I do hear that we have another poll, that we do have a call to make from Ward number 4, but we can go ahead and go to that now. Alrighty. And coming out of Ward number 4, we can project that Emma Hatchett, the Democrat, she will win her race for city council, becoming the first Democratic city council member of the night. She will win that race, giving the Democrats so far one seat on the city council board for right now. We can go ahead and go to our next projection now. Coming out of Ward number 5, we can project that Terrell Wallace, the second Democrat of the night, he will win his bid for Congress. Not Congress, correction. He'll win his bid for City Council. He'll be going into the City Council under City Council Ward number 5, representing that district in White City. So far, that's giving Democrats 2 seats on the City Council tonight. And we can go ahead and go to our next update. Coming in for our next update, we're going to have another update from the mayoral race, showing that the race has widened between Republican nominee Mr. McCovey and Democratic nominee Mr. Eddy. The voting gap has gotten larger. Mr. McCovey in the lead with just about 2,000 votes. Mr. Eddy trailing now. This is not surprising once again. The city seems to tend Republican as it is a rural city, but we will still have further updates throughout the night as more votes are casted. And we can go ahead now to a call from City Council Ward 6. Coming out of City Council Ward 6, Mr. Famed Waltz. This was the second Republican challenger during the primary who failed to receive his party's nomination. Mr. Famed Waltz will win City Council Ward 6. He will be heading to the City Council, giving the Republicans their first City Council seat for the night. So far, the tally seems to be 2-1 as of right now. But I am hearing that we have a call from our mayoral race, and we can go and turn to that now. Coming out of the mayor race, Republican nominee William McCovey, now going to be called mayor-elect. Mr. William McCovey will win his bid for the mayor's race. He'll become the first mayor of White City to happen in Bartow County. This was highly anticipated as it seemed throughout the primary season and throughout the general election season that he did have enough momentum and enough votes to win his party's nomination, as well as now win the general election, which we do now have confirmed. He is going to be the projected. He is going to be the projected winner for tonight. And now joining us, we're going to have the mayor elect, Mr. William McCovey. So, Mr. McCovey, how does it feel to become the first mayor elect of White City in Bartow County?
It feels really good to become the first mayor of White City.
Alrighty, I bet it does, Mr. McCovey. How do you, since you're going to be a Republican mayor, it seems as if you're going to be facing a Democratic council. How do you plan to work with the opposition party to get things done for this city?
Honestly, I'm just going to be peaceful, try and make us all work together peacefully. If it doesn't work out, then I'll just have to try harder and harder, try and get stuff passed.
Alrighty, McCovey, and if you have anything to say to the people and the supporters out there, you can go ahead and say it now. This is your opportunity.
I just want to say thank you to all of you that voted for me, and I hope to see you later on and pass some bills that you guys all want.
Alrighty, and that's Mr. William McCovey. As stated, that's going to be the mayor-elect, first mayor of White City, and that is going to be our projected winner for tonight. As a promise made, to the candidates earlier before, we are going to be on our City Council Ward 3 projection now. City Council Ward 3. City Council Ward 3 projected winner is going to be Mr. Luke Eddy. This was an agreement that was made beforehand with all candidates stating whoever lost the mayoral election was going to be able to get a city council seat, as we did not have enough candidates to fill the whole council. So, seeing as Mr. Eddy has lost, he will be going down to the city council and he will be representing Ward number 3. So, although he did not win his bid for mayor, Mr. Eddy will be serving in the city's local government today, and he still will be able to be there to possibly criticize some of the things that Mr. McCovey might have planned. And it seems as if we're going to have our last projection for the night now, coming out of City Council Ward 2. Coming out of City Council Ward 2, Mr. Jordan Woods, candidate that was not really announced at the beginning, but he is here coming out of City Council Ward 2. Mr. Jordan Woods, a Democrat, he will win his bid, and he will be also serving on the White City Council for serving Ward number 2. And with that, it is going to give the Democrats now a total of 4 seats for the night to the Republicans 2, as the mayor does have a vote in city council meetings. That is going to leave Mr. McCovey with a very tough uphill incline for things that he does plan to get done for the city if he does not work diligently to work with his counterparts on this council. But seeing as that is all we have for our general election coverage tonight. We do thank you all for coming out and watching, and we will see everyone during our next election. And we hope everybody has a good night. We'll see you next time.